All right. So welcome everyone to this ROV Global Peace Meditation for October 2023. So thanks to those of you who are joining us on Enlightened World Network, on the ROV Community Facebook page, and live here on Zoom. So it's always wonderful to have you here with us. And today we are focused on peace. So a very pertinent focus for our planet these days. Not that it always isn't, but it seems like it's really calling to us now to really be standing for peace and embodying peace. And so in our practice today, this practice is called Om Shanti into all-embracing peace. And that is, Stephen's going to guide us in an Om Shanti chant and some tapping and moving some energy and just getting us into this vibration of peace. And then I'll guide us in an all-embracing peace meditation. And the purpose of this meditation is to realize in a felt sense the all-embracing peace that is always within, surrounding, underneath every moment of experience, even those moments when it doesn't feel possible for a sense of peace to be present. So this peace may not be readily apparent in the circumstances of life these days. We may wonder if peace is even possible in our world, where we experience so much polarity and conflict. Yet all outer conflict comes from inner tensions. Aggression and conflict arise when we feel tension within and then project it onto others as the cause of our dissatisfaction. So to resolve these tensions, to bring peace to ourselves and the world, it takes persistent, compassionate action, first within ourselves and with others over an extended period of time. Peace in the world is not an instant process. So this practice of compassion for ourselves, for others, really requires persistence and time and patience and an openness to recognize the subconscious tensions within ourselves and to hold them within a deeper, wider space of peaceful awareness again and again. So if we remain firmly set in our points of view and closed to looking inward, then these inner tensions will remain subconscious and they'll just keep persisting generation after generation, as we can see happening in the Middle East and in Ukraine. And these are tensions that have just been over generations, and they're so deeply embedded. And it's so easy for each side and for each of us to say, oh, that's the right side, this is the wrong side, or to stand on one side or the other. But as we start to recognize the inner tensions within ourselves and to hold them in openness and compassion, then a softening happens and new possibilities arise. And we start to feel this underlying peace that's present always, in every moment, and always available. So that's what we're about accessing today in this meditation. So Stephen's going to guide us in an Om Shanti chant and some tapping and getting into the vibratory feeling of peace. And then we'll move into our seated meditation. So Stephen, I'll pass it over to you.
Kevin, thank you so much, and love and blessings to everybody as we go into this very simple practice together. I'm going to share a small story with you because over the last couple of weeks we have been present in our world to many of these tensions on coming from many groups, and obviously when I'm teaching and guiding so many wonderful souls from all over the planet, I come in contact with many people who are on both sides of all those conflicts that Kevin had mentioned. And so one of the things that I've found, without going to who's in the right and who's in the wrong and what happens in conflict. But for ourselves personally, we often get drawn through our communities into taking sides, and of course that happens quite naturally. In the same way as you want to support people, you actually want to reach out and help. And those tensions, of course, of feeling into the suffering of all parties to this, often comes through our bodies. So what I've been present to in the last couple of weeks is many of these wonderful souls that I connect to having all these tensions arise, more flus, more sickness, more tension, more anger, more aggression, more hatred, more challenges, more fighting with the partner, more fighting in the communities, that kind of thing. And when I ask people, and so you can consider this as you're listening to this, when I ask people, where do you feel that? Quite often it's in the upper part of the body. You're watching the news or listening to it, or sharing this with friends, and of course you get tense because you feel that anger or that pain or that suffering, and you tend to isolate it or draw it into the face because we're doing lots of communication or viewing. So it's coming in this way through media, or this way through sound and our friends. So a lot of this energy of the body tends to get also invaded, attacked, or assailed by lots of negative information, whether it's media or otherwise. And because that seems to be very common, I then ask people, so if you're feeling that tension, so you could go to that point now as we're going into this together. If you're feeling that tension, where are you feeling it in particular? So quite often people will point to me, they say, oh, I've got more tension across my forehead, or I've got more tension up here, or right, there's a particular point on my head, or there's tension in my neck and shoulders. So quite often people will find that that's how it manifests. So I want you to be very aware of any tensions right now that are in your body. And then I guide them through this practice that we're going to do. And the relief that comes on people's faces after just, because this is not a long practice, it might be 5-10 minutes at the very most. The relief that comes on people's faces when they can't find the tension any longer, and the tension has immediately been relieved through this simple Om Shanti 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 practice, is very palpable. And that's what I love, is that wherever we go in our world, no matter what, we can bring also that sense of relief from inner tension, and that sense of awakening our own inner peace, no matter what the circumstances. And because this is such a physical practice, and it leads into Kevin's practice, it really helps to relieve those physical tensions that sometimes you're not even aware of. So what we're going to do, we're going to be using the simple phrase of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So each time you tap in a particular area, you're going to chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, right? In that kind of phrasing, just to suit yourself, and feeling that vibration, because Shanti is peace and Om is the vibratory frequency of the universe itself. So really what you're praying for is peace throughout the universe, which is something that Ebby so kindly was asking about right at the beginning. So this is what we're going to be doing, chanting for peace on our planet and chanting for peace right throughout the universe itself. And I'm going to guide you through different ways. So if you're listening to this or watching this and you're wearing shoes, then you can take them off just for this part, because I'm going to guide you through the energy centers in different ways, plus some of the adrenal meridians, plus some of the chakra points on your palms, your thighs, and your feet. Because as you start to let go of this tension, sometimes that tension drains down through your body, and you want to let it go out and through the body. So when we get onto the palm, and very simply, when we get onto the palms, it'll be just the central point of the palms. And when you tap the bottom of your feet, if you were to consider your arch you're going to tap right under the high point of your arch, right in that central fleshy part of the sole of your foot. So it's really simple, but it's very beautiful. So it speaks to the fact that just as your body can be a globe of inner peace, so our planet can be a globe of inner peace, and in the same way, our universe can be a universe of inner peace. So we'll start by, you can do this open-eyed or closed-eyed. It's just whatever you feel most comfortable with. And we're going to start at the crown. And first I'm going to get you to feel that sense of inner peace, because the felt sense is really crucial. So I want you just to become aware as you just bring to mind some quality experience of inner peace. So what is it that comes to mind? It could be when you first held uh, a child, maybe a newborn baby, right? I always go to that as being probably one of my most beautiful experiences of inner peace, because when I held Maya for the very first time, there's just that sense of all the world's in order. And I think, if everybody who is waging conflict on our planet were to hold their own baby in their arms, then it would, and do whatever they were doing, I think there's a whole different sense of life that we have, because we kind of touch into our own heart as a mother or a father or a caregiver. So I want you to bring that feeling of inner peace, and especially notice where it arises, because it might arise in your heart or your head or your belly. And just allow that feeling to saturate your body for just a moment as you breathe. So I'm just going to first activate that quality of inner peace. So you're just feeling that. So I've got this picture or this feeling of myself with my daughter when she was born, the very first moment she was born. And I'm just holding her. And there's a particular way I hold her, so you could even do that just to begin with, just so you remember whatever the situation was. So you kind of start to embody it. And then just get used to the chant. So it's Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So it's this very beautiful chant of peace. And for me, how I do that is I chant it to her. So I'm chanting it to my wife and to my daughter, just wishing them peace, wishing myself and wishing them. And now we're going to bring our hands up to the crown. And as we start to chant that, you're just going to tap the crown to begin with. So you're just simply tapping and feeling that inner peace saturate the crown. And just chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Move down to the third eye area. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Move around to the temples, because we often store tensions here, so just remain on the side of your head and around that area. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And just as there's a front area of the third eye, there's a back area around about the medulla, the soft fleshy part at the back of your skull. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then tapping all the way down the neck, down and into the shoulders and the trapezius muscles, especially where you store a lot of tension here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then the adrenals, which are these strips of along here, just to here. You can either rub them back and forth as you chant or tap. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then tap with your right hand, the middle of your left palm. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then the other palm. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then around about the heart, feeling the peace enter your heart. So the heart center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then down around the navel center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then around about the sacral center, either on the front or the back, wherever you feel most comfortable. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Then I always go to the back, around the hips, and tapping right at the back at this tailbone, either rubbing there or tapping there, right in the root center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then on the outside of the hips, tapping down the length of the thighs, because there's a lot of tension that we store there. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then on the bottom of one foot, right in that fleshy part, underneath the height of your arch. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. So feeling that peace grounding in you. Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then the other foot. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then placing both feet on the ground and feeling that beautiful sense of inner peace beginning to flow down through you, connecting all the way from the top of your head, so the crown chakra, all the way down through the root chakra, all the way down through your feet, right down into the earth. And now we chant Om Shanti 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 for peace in all lands and in all people's hearts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And just letting that drop to a whisper, where you feel the whisper in people's hearts, the whisper for love and for peace and for care and for kindness for each other, right across the world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And now in silence, that same global wish for peace, that same intention to bring peace everywhere to everyone you meet. And with that, I'm going to pass to Kevin, who will now guide you into inner peace. Kevin.
Thank you, Stephen. So as you sit in this vibration of peace, let's allow it to saturate our whole body. First, feeling down into the soles of our feet, feeling our connection with the earth. Feeling the deep peace and stillness of the earth supporting us. Feel the peaceful presence of the earth underneath you. Rest down into that stillness, into that presence, that peace. And feel that sense of peace flowing up through the soles of your feet, up through your shins and calves, up through your knees, into your thighs, your hips, into your pelvic bowl, resting down in your seat. Feel into your cupped open hands resting in your lap. Release any tension from your hands. Feel this soft openness in your hands. Now this feeling of soft openness to flow up through your arms, to your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And feel this soft openness through your whole torso. And down through your legs and feet. Feel this soft, open space of your whole body. Feel the peace of soft openness. Now feel as if a string is attached to the top of your head, drawing your spine gently upright, increasing this space of peace inside. This felt quality of soft openness, which embraces all experiences, all thoughts, all emotions, all sensations, and holds them gently in a space of peace. Feel the entire space inside your skin, soft, open, peaceful. And if you notice any thoughts, if you notice you're carrying anything with you from the day, from the week, from your life, allow that to be here in this open, soft, peaceful space. Allowing all thoughts, all feelings to be held in this soft, open, all-embracing space of peace. Allow yourself to be as you are. Allowing any sensations, any emotions, any thoughts to be present here in this soft, open embrace of peace. The beginning of peace is openness, allowing, letting be. So let yourself be here now, exactly as you are. All the different parts of your personality, all your diverse experiences, all your likes and dislikes. Just allowing all of that to be here in a soft, open space of peace. Peace welcomes all sides, all sides within, all sides that appear to be outside. It's all welcome in this open, soft, embracing space of peace. So if you're carrying any tension, any conflict, perhaps with any family members, any work colleagues, any friends. Just allow that to be here in this soft, open space, this all embracing space of peace. What if no one needs to be wrong or right? What if we welcome all sides within ourselves? With others in our world. Feel this space of peace, this soft, open space, extending from the center of your heart outward. Extending infinitely in front of you, embracing everything in front of you. Extending infinitely behind you. This soft, open space of peace. Extending infinitely out to the left. Feel this soft, open space of peace infinitely out to the right. Feel this soft, open space of peace infinitely above you. Feel it extending infinitely below you. Feel this open, allowing, embracing space. Holding our whole planet and all beings. Embracing all. Valuing all points of view. Let's call to mind any specific situations in our world. The conflict in Ukraine, the conflict in Israel, allowing all sides to be present, valued. In this open, embracing space of peace. Hold all those suffering and these wars. And conflicts all over our planet in this open, embracing space of peace. Feel this space of peace centered in your heart. And feel this peace flowing from your heart to all hearts. Feel peace flowing to all hearts. To all those suffering. To all those who don't know what to do. To all of us. In this one life we all share. Centered in our hearts, allow this peace to flow outwards infinitely in all directions, across the whole universe. To any and all conflicts. Feel this peace flowing through your heart, through all hearts, everywhere, across all time. That all may be comforted by this abiding peace, this peace without end. Which begins with openness, acceptance, embrace. Though there may be infinite sides, they're all expressions of one life. And underneath it all is abiding peace, all embracing peace, allowing and holding all of it, no matter what. All is embraced exactly as it is. And there's peace in that. There's peace in openness and acceptance. And feeling our shared life. So now hold anyone in particular, any event in particular, any conflict, any perceived separation and difference that is close to your heart. Hold that person or that event in this space of peace. Allow the peace in your heart to flow there, to that person, to that situation. Allow peace to flow, to embrace, to comfort. To erase all lines, all separation. Rest as an infinite open space of peace, centered in your heart. Rest as peace itself, without end. Feel this deep sense of peace radiating from your heart to all beings. That we may know our shared life. We may know the peace that never ends and live from it. Live as all embracing peace. And feel this peace centered in your heart. Feel this peace in your whole body. Feel this peace in the sacred space around you. And record it deeply in every cell. It's always here. It never ends. There, you slowly begin to open your eyes and feel this peace centered in your heart, in your whole body, in the space all around. Feel this peace extended to each of us here and outward to all beings. Thank you for your practice. So take a moment to allow that experience to persist. Stay in contact with this peace. And speak and move from this peace. And if anyone would like to share your experience, we welcome that. Yes, Abby, I see your finger. Infamous Abby finger. Yes.
I want to thank you both. It was a very nice and needed meditation, and I just felt a great level of communion, and it felt great, no? So thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Monica.
Thank you so much, Kevin and Stephen. I could really feel the vibration of the Om Shanti right away, especially at the very end. It was just like, I could really feel it, especially in my heart, the vibration of peace in my heart. It was just like a soothing vibration, which was such a great feeling. And then it just lasted throughout the entire meditation. And then your meditation, Kev, I just could really feel the expanse of peace and the space to just do what I guess came to me with what you were guiding, and it was really lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, Anne.
Unmute. Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate what Monica said, that I felt that vibration go right through me too, right down into the ground. So that was really lovely. And so much of what you said at the beginning, Kevin, really resonated with me. And sometimes you know things up here in your head, but you've never kind of directly experienced it. And just your phrase about underlying inattentions projected outwards causing conflict, it kind of settled on me how just resolving conflict in ourselves has the impact not just on those immediately around us, but something in the whole process today has made me realize that yes, we can have that impact everywhere because we are this enormous cobweb. And yeah, somehow or other the physical practice that Stephen did and the meditation and your words, it all gelled for me to have a more lived experience of belief in the fact that this kind of thing can work. Yeah. So thank you both for that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anne. Yes, Bill.
That was absolutely beautiful. I loved the Om Shanti, what that opened it. That was beautiful. I was totally relaxed, like in an energy field around me. And when you ended up following you through there, it became a glow of a forest, and almost it kind of weird. It almost got emotional because it was a white fog sweep out.
Nice. Like a fog of peace.
Yeah, through all life in the forest. It just swept out like that. And absolute stillness. So I just pass that to the world.
Thank you, Bill. Love that imagery of the fog through the forest. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I can feel the peacefulness of like a still forest with the fog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm. Stephen, anything you'd like to
Yeah, I was just
add? And thank you for that practice that you began with, because that gave us all the feeling. Then it's just a matter of expanding that feeling. So
right.
thank you.
Right. That was exactly what I was going to say, is that doing that practice of feeling peace, because the feeling in your body is so crucial, and just helping the body with its tensions to relax just a little through it, through that tapping and chanting, and then into your beautifully guided, expansion of peace. You realize that felt sense is very palpable and possible, and that peace is possible. And I think that's if I was to comment on what had been so radical for the wonderful people that I'm connected with during the week, it's that dramatic change from coming into a time when they meet me full of stress and leaving it without that. I think that shows how actually realistically, if we can help each other to be free of the stresses and strains and tensions, that we think, partly because we don't know any other way, we're not aware of the underlying inner peace that's always there, then we think this other part, the tensions, is actually our natural go-to place. And we live in that place of tension and headaches and stresses and strains for a lot of the time, of busyness, and it's in all areas, of course. It's not just when there is conflict around us, because when there's not conflict in the world, there's quite often conflict in some other area of our life, whether it's health or finance or relationships or our life purpose. There's just some other conflict in some other area. So once we find that inner peace and learn to rest in it as a felt sense, when we keep inviting the body to become more embodied with this felt sense of peace, it's just so beautiful. So thank you, Kevin, for that pristine guidance, and thank you everybody for contributing to that collective inner peace, because I'm sure whether it's actually something that was coming through into my space, but I felt at a certain point there was this shift where everybody was in that beautiful state of peace, and it felt like a little bit like Bill's fog, but it wasn't a fog. It was more so I'll use your words, Bill, a collective fog, but a collective mist, or a collective forest, or a collective gathering of peace. And I think that's where, when you realize with your own body, it's very palpable, and oh, I feel that peace. Then also when you're in a room filled with people with peace, there is that palpable sense of, oh, there's like a hush all over the world, or there's a kind of peace. And I'm very aware that when you watch some of the demonstrations that are going on currently, they're not peace demonstrations. They're actually quite volatile demonstrations. And equally, when you get in those summits where they're discussing peace, and of course they're discussing very volatile situations, the tension that's apparent in all the representatives is very, very palpable again. So I think it points to the fact that when small groups like us gather and really share so palpably, and we all feel it, then in fact there is a genuinely powerful collective peace that arises. So I want to thank you all for that, because I could feel that. At a certain point, it seemed to make that switch from the individual peace to the collective, and it was very powerful. So thank you, truly. And thanks again, Kevin.
Thank you, Stephen. Beautifully said. Yes, Abby.
I just want to say that it's so easy to just, if one wants to get into that peaceful state, and if there's the willing to do so, it's very easy. So if more people would have that intention, the world would be different.
Absolutely. Yeah, and what if we just all have the intention and the practice of embodying that, and that makes a difference, and it changes the quality of our interactions.
Yep.
And that like Anne said, the cobweb or the network that radiates outward through every interaction we have and everything we put out in the world. So thank you all for participating with us here.
Thank
Liz,
you.
good to see you there holding your son. And that reminds me of how Stephen started us off. So thank you. And thank you all for being here on Enlightened World Network, on Raising Our Vibration Community. And we do this global meditation the third Saturday of every month, or Sunday if you're in Tokyo like Stephen. And you're welcome to join us. Same link, same time. So.
Oh, I've just got one question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I've recently missed a Zoom thing because Melbourne switched to its daylight saving. So I just want to clarify with Stephen, are you on daylight saving in Japan yet or soon or what? Because this seems to be the time I usually do this meditation.
Japan never changes. Japan and a lot of Asia is not on it. Doesn't have any daylight saving. So it's only in other parts of the world that it's a discussion Kevin and I often have. So Kevin, maybe
so this is always the same time, Mountain Time US, 4:30 Mountain Time US. So if you just look at your relationship to 4:30 Mountain Time US, then that's the orientation.
No, I looked at my relationship to Tokyo, and we're 1 hour ahead of Tokyo. So if I know Tokyo is constant and you mentioned Tokyo, I'll be good.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's going to change to, you always want to orient to 4:30 Mountain Time US, because Tokyo, US is going to change, Australia changes, Europe changes, Tokyo doesn't change. But we're orienting it from 4:30 Mountain Time US. Just that how you can.
Is that what you're doing now? It's 4:30.
That's what we've always done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not necessarily your time. Okay, right. 4:30 Mountain Time. Yeah. Okay.
4:30 Mountain Time US. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It would be so nice if we just, none of us change time. It would be so much easier, but such is our world. So.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Anne. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Love and blessings to all. Peace to all. Bye for now.
Everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
Bye-bye.
love you all.
Bye.
Hey, Stephen. Kevin.
Bye.
Sleep well.